Tonight, I'll be speaking about from purpose to execution. You'll be learning how to translate your vision into daily action. And if this is the first time you're joining us, right? My name is Mordecai Orimiladeye. I am a certified life coach and execution strategist, and I'm the founder of Mordivate Life Coaching. I'm also the founder of Teams and Purpose and Betting Words. And my core purpose and vision is to help people become purpose driven and unleash their potential. And tonight's session is one of the ways I guide people towards becoming all they are created to be. And this night session is going to be very powerful and is for people who have discovered their purpose but are doing nothing about it. It's not enough to discover your purpose. The most important thing is what action are you taking towards that purpose. And you must understand this that the person who discover his purpose is not the same person that will feel it. There's a kind of person that you must become to feel your purpose. And tonight I'll be sharing, and I know by the end of this session you would have not just understand what execution is all about. You will know how to start taking action in line with the purpose you have discovered for your life. So if you are joining me tonight and you're excited to be part of tonight's session, let me know in the comment section. Let me know how excited you are for tonight's session. Let me know, is there something specific you would love to learn tonight? Is there a specific transformation you seek to, or illumination you seek to have tonight? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know where you're joining us from. This is a global platform, and I believe that we have people joining us from different parts of the world. For some of you coming from Modicodes, our platform is over 300,000 followers from 101 countries. You are welcome, and I'm sure that you are going to have a great time of learning tonight. So, like I said, from purpose to execution, turning your vision into daily action. And for the past few months, this has been my focus because I've seen people walk up to me and tell me, "Sir, I've discovered my purpose, right? But I'm still frustrated." And then I ask them, "Okay, you've discovered your purpose. What are you doing about your purpose?" And they start coming up with stories and excuses, and I could just see that they know their purpose. They know they're here on earth for an important reason. They know they have something to do on earth. They know they have an important gap to fill. They know they have a solution to the problem the world is facing. They know they are called for something. They know that, but knowledge is not enough. There are many people that know things. What differentiates people is what they are doing about what they know. It's not enough for you to know you have light, right? And now the question is, are you shining your light? Right? And guess what? If you have light and you're not shining your light, you won't be frustrated. The fulfillment and one of the goals and desires of everyone on earth, every single person from the poor to the rich, from the young to the old, everybody seek one thing. Everyone wants to be fulfilled. You want to have a sense of fulfillment. But fulfillment doesn't come from discovery. Fulfillment comes from executing on what you discovered. For example, someone that believes that okay, I need to become wealthy, to increase my economic value, I need to build a solution, I need to solve problems. People know that, right? So, but imagine having that knowledge, but yet you're not coming up with products, you're not coming up with services, you're not doing anything about what you know. You know that, okay, for me to elevate my financial status, I need to create something, I need to offer you services. You know that, but guess what? You remain broke until you become intentional about creating something, creating a value, turning your understanding, your knowledge into products, into packaged services that people can use and then pay you for. Until you understand that and take action towards that, you remain broke. So it's not enough. Knowledge is not enough. We over celebrate knowledge. Okay, I've discovered my purpose. I know why I'm here. In fact, people boast about it. Like they say, I know why I'm here. I know my purpose. But don't forget, it's not enough to know. The question you must ask yourself this night, and the question that this webinar seek to answer is: now that you know your purpose, how can you start working towards that purpose and live a fulfilled life? Personally, like I share every time, I live a fulfilled life. And why I say I live a fulfilled life? Because every day I live with the understanding that I have a purpose, and every day I am taking action towards it. People are being impacted by my work, either you have people come across my books, either you have attended my programs, physical programs and online programs, either you are part of my community or mentorship platform, either you are part of Modicals, either I've worked with you to write and publish your books, either I'm coaching you to achieve your goals and become who God has created you to be, either I am even helping you to position your personal brand for impact, for influence, and also income. Every day, right? I am daily executing on my purpose. At 17 years old, I discovered my purpose, right? And I knew that it's not enough to discover purpose, I must do something about it. And at 17, I remember starting by with one of my passion, which is writing. I started writing poems, right? I started writing poems. I remember time I would spend hours as I'm walking on the road, I'm thinking about how to compose poem, like just to inspire people, right? And there was a time, okay, I said, okay, beyond writing poems, I packaged my poem into a book. I called it a poetry book. I started giving it to people, selling it to people, right? At 17, I understand that it's not enough to know purpose. There are people that have discovered their purpose 10 years ago, 5 years ago, right? But it's not enough. What have you done about your purpose? The 17 years old me that discovered my purpose is not the current me. Because over the last few years, I have built platforms, right? I have written books. I have impacted thousands of people and millions of people over the world get to experience my message, right? And that's where the fulfillment comes from, right? Every day I wake up fulfilled. I know that my life add value to humanity. There are people that come to this world, nobody will know that they came, nobody will know that they even left because they are not producing something, right? And this section seeks to answer that. So while I'm waiting for your comment section in the comment section for your answers, let me know where you're joining from and let me know how excited you are to learn tonight. So let me just get started with this because our time is fast spent already. But know one thing at the end of this section, you'd have known, okay, what to do next about the purpose you have discovered. You have known what your vision is about, what to do next, and the action you can start taking immediately. And I believe that in the next 3 months, in the next 1 year, everyone on this call and that is listening to this or watching the replay of this webinar, you'll be able to say with assurance and certainty that now I know I have a purpose and I am working towards the fulfillment of that purpose because that's the ultimate, that's the hallmark of your life, fulfillment. Right. So let me get started. And the first thing I'll say this evening is that purpose is not enough. Purpose is never enough. Never forget that. Right. This session is not for people that have not discovered their purpose. I have other videos for people that have not discovered their purpose. You can check it out to discover your purpose. Right. But this session is for people that know their purpose. But guess what? Purpose is not enough. I remember many years ago, I read a book by John C. Maxwell that talks about talent is not enough. I remember when I saw that title, I was like, how can they say talent is not enough? Until I read the book and I understand what it means. So also, purpose is not enough, right? It's not enough for you to know your purpose. It's not enough for you to know your purpose. Many people know what they are called to do, but few people are actually doing it consistently, right? What I'm doing currently now is an execution of my purpose. I know I'm here to transform life. I'm here to impact life. I'm here to elevate humanity. I'm here to build the human infrastructure, right? Build the humans of the future, right? Because humans of the future are people who are transformed, who are abilities, who are working on providing solutions to problems in the world. Because the world, new problems keep rising. In fact, there's solutions that the world is waiting for, and we carry it. It's inside of you. There are different things you are called to do, right? So many people know what they are called to do, but very few people are actually doing it consistently. That's why you find many people frustrated, right? You see people saying that I have money, I have this, but see, I'm still unfulfilled. I feel unfulfilled. See, the reason why you feel unfulfilled is because nobody is benefiting from your life, and nobody is benefiting from your life or getting impacted by your life because you are not offering. You're not executing on what you discovered about yourself. You're not providing. You're not solving the problem the world needs. You know that the world has a problem, but what are you doing about that problem? Right. So clarity without execution leads to frustration. If you are clear about your purpose and you're not doing executing on it, you'll be frustrated. Right. It's like having a light, right? You know you have the light, right? And there's darkness around you. And guess what? You will keep complaining about the darkness when all you could have done is to shine your light. And this session is to help people to start shining their light. You have that light. Right. Clarity is not enough. Purpose is not enough. Clarity without execution will lead to frustration. Thomas Edison also buttressed this point because when he mentioned that Vision without execution is hallucination. You are daydreaming. When you have a vision, you want to build something, you want to create something, you want to do this, and you're not executing on that vision, right? You are hallucinating, right? So most people discover their purpose, but we never fulfill it, and that's one of the tragedy of life. One of the tragedy of life is that many discover their purpose. Many will actually discover their purpose, but only few will fulfill it. Only few will fulfill it, and that's because they're not executing. The goal of purpose is not just discovery. The goal of purpose is fulfillment. Can someone put that in the comment section? And I would like to share this on my platform. Give me a second. But I want to put that in the comment section. The goal of purpose is not discovery, right? The goal of purpose is not discovery. The goal of purpose is fulfillment. I want to put that in the comment section. I want to put that in the comment section. The goal of purpose is not what discovery. The goal of purpose is not discovery. The goal of purpose is fulfillment. And this is a very important thing everyone must know. It's very important to understand this. It's very important to understand it. For your purpose to be fulfilled, it must be captured in a vision. I'm already going to my session fully now. For your purpose to be fulfilled, you must capture that purpose in a vision. I'll talk more about that shortly, but vision is the picture of your purpose. Because purpose is knowing, vision is seeing. I love this. Purpose is knowing, vision is seeing. Most people are not fulfilling their purpose or executing their purpose because they leave it in the place of knowing. And it's not enough to know things, right? Wisdom is in the action. Knowledge is to know. Wisdom is in the action, is the application of your knowledge, right? So purpose is knowing, but vision is seeing. You only act majorly on what you see. Do you get what I'm saying? You only act majorly on what you see. For example, if you see everywhere is dark and you know you have light, you put on the light, right? You act majorly on what you see. So it's not enough for you to know. You have to translate that knowledge of your purpose into a vision, what you can see. It's that vision that propels action. So when I discovered my purpose when I was 17 years old, I know I've discovered my purpose, but guess what? I began to see how my purpose will be fulfilled. I began to capture visions for my life when I was 17 years old. I remember taking a notepad, my book then when I was 17 years old, and just writing down, okay, by the time I'm 30, I would have built a global organization. And currently I've built Teams of Purpose International, right? I have a passion for young people to help young people discover their purpose. But it's not enough for me to have that purpose that I want to help young people. I start capturing, okay, how will I go about helping young people? So I said, I'm going to build an organization, right? I didn't even have the name for it then, but currently it's called Teams of Purpose. And that organization is going to go to schools and impact young people to discover their purpose. And currently, through the organization, Teams of Purpose International, we have impacted over 70,000 students and teenagers across 30 states in Nigeria and also 11 countries around the world. And currently, we are planning one of our biggest outreach, which is to impact 50,000 to 100,000 students across all states in Nigeria where I currently reside, right? And guess what? The vision is expanding because by next year, we are going to other African countries to help students, to help young people discover their purpose because we know when young people discover their purpose, the rate of crime, the rate of the social vices, and the issues that we have in our society will be minimized because those young people start creating impact in their community, right? So that was a purpose, my art for young people, right, to help young people. But that purpose was translated to a vision, which is building an organization. I've also written books that's been read in 12 countries, the purpose written in India. So is a purpose. I have a purpose to help young people, to help them work towards the fulfillment of our purpose. But I translated that purpose into a vision when I started capturing, okay, I'm going to build an organization, right? I'm going to write books. And that's how, because you don't act really on purpose, you act based on a vision that's connected to that purpose. Purpose is knowing, vision is seeing, and you act based on what you see. Are you following me? Let me know if you're following me in the comment section. Let me know if you're following me. Are you learning something tonight? Are you learning something tonight? Are you learning something tonight? Let me know in the comment section. Are you learning something tonight? Are you learning something tonight? I'm waiting for your comments. I want to see your comment. Let me know if you're learning something tonight. If you're learning something tonight. And if some of you have people that you need to share this with, right? You have people you need to share this with. So share it with your friends because, like I said, by the end of this session, right, I know you want to live a fulfilled life. It's not enough to desire. The proof of desire is hunger. Like, shoot, you must pursue the knowledge you need, right? So, and this session is about helping you, helping you. Okay, let me continue. So, like I said, for purpose to be fulfilled, it must be captured in a vision and translated into daily action. The world has made people believe that discovering purpose is the breakthrough. Yes, you go to conferences, go to program, books. Most of the books I have here is about purpose discovery. The world has made people believe that discovering purpose is the breakthrough. Once you discover your purpose, everything is settled. But guess what? There are many people who have discovered their purpose and are still frustrated. The real thing is what is the execution. To structure consistent that builds something meaningful in the world. Translating your purpose into what? Into structured, consistent action that builds something meaningful in the world. And let me just share my story again, right? So after discovering my purpose at 17, and I wrote my vision for life, and I started writing poems. I remember I started writing inspirational poems and sharing with people. Like I wrote a book about that at 17 years old, about a compilation of all my poems. And guess what? In 2017, right, still in the process of executing the purpose that no, I am here on it. I know I'm here to create, to solve problem. I'm here to help people live the life God has created them to live, right? So in 2017, I started Modi Quotes, right? And through Modi Quotes, I started posting motivational quotes across different platforms on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right? And just sharing quotes based on my life experiences, my life lessons, and that's one of the expression of my purpose. And through Modi Quotes, we've currently reached over 35 million people in 101 countries. We have a community online where people inspire each other with over 7,000 members across the world, and also our community, our digital platform have grown into about over 300,000 people getting inspired daily. Since 2017, I post quotes daily. For the past 8 years now, posting quotes daily. Right? I've seen people like saying how this quote has impacted them, transformed their life, right? And I feel fulfilled. Don't forget, I'm talking about from purpose to execution. That's one of the expression of my purpose, executing my purpose. It's not been easy, but that's why I will talk about more about how to go about that. Also in 2019, I started Teams of Purpose International to help young people discover their purpose because I saw the transformation my life has and the impact my life has created because I discovered my purpose. And now I want to help other people do the same thing, help young people discover their purpose early because I've talked with older ones and I discovered that most of them live a life of, they feel sad that how are they known if they have discovered their purpose early? Imagine how far they could have been gone or what they would have done by now. The energy, the enthusiasm, the strength of their youth have been wasted because they discovered purpose. So I started the NGO, Teams on Purpose International. Like I said, over 7,000 students across 225 schools across 30 states in Nigeria have been impacted with message of purpose. I've seen people executing projects in their young people executing projects in their community. You can see how, and for the past few months, since January, we've been planning towards our next big project starting on the 4th of May 2026 to go to over 250 schools to impact people about, impact students in 50,000 to 100,000 students with a message of purpose. So you can see how fulfilled I am. Plan this project, working with over 1,000 volunteers to carry out this project. It's so fulfilling. That's your purpose, translating it to action is very important because that's what creates fulfillment. That's what creates fulfillment. There's so much challenge in this world, and purpose will help you live a fulfilling life only if you are on that purpose. Yeah. So discovery without execution eventually leads to frustration, right? Discovery without execution eventually leads to frustration. So, like I was saying, in 2019, after Qualities of Purpose, beyond that, in 2020, I started writing books. I wrote my first book, Create Your Life Goals. And in the last few years, since 2020, I've written 6 other books. I'm currently working on my 7th and 8th book. The books that I've read in over 12 countries around the world and gotten testimonies, right? From maximizing your 20s, which is my recent book, my latest book, to action code, to life lessons for purposeful living, to creating your life goals, and my bestseller, the purpose written in there. Just not enough. Purpose is never enough. Like, please put it in the comment section. Say purpose is not enough. Purpose is not enough. Purpose is not enough. You must turn your purpose into execution, daily action. You must turn your purpose into daily action. That's how you live fulfilling life. That's how you live a fulfilling life. Please, if you're still watching and you have not shared this with someone, please share it with people. I'm still going to share how you can turn your purpose into execution, right? Daily action. I'm going to share that shortly, but this is just building the foundation and building up on this foundation. So please share this with someone you know that we need this or be impacted by this. And you know that it's a way to help people. In fact, sharing this is a process of fulfilling your purpose because you are trying to help other people, right? So I want you to share this with people. I want more people to be a part of this. I want people because I know the power of this. If everyone knows their purpose and they are working towards fulfilling it, this world will be a better place. I used to tell people that it might be at 1,000 Mordecai or 10,000 Mordecai. This world will indeed be a better place. This world will indeed be a better place. Trying to share this with someone. So please do well to share this with someone. And I'm sure it'll be a great gift, right? It'll be a great gift because the transformation they seek, they'll find it here, right? The transformation they seek, they'll find it here. Okay, so let me know in the comments. Say purpose is not enough. Say purpose is not enough. Say purpose is not enough. Purpose is not enough. Purpose is not enough. So also in the process of executing my purpose, right, and my vision, I told you I started Mordicai in 2017. I started seeing some purpose in 2019. And in 2020, I started writing books, and so far I've written 6 books. I'm working on my 7th and 8th book. And then in 2020, also I started Mordivate, my digital agency, to help people spread their message, right? To help people spread their message, to help people get seen, get heard, get known, because that's a way to create influence, right? And it's not enough to just know purpose. There's a part in the scripture that says, "Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good work." They must see it. Purpose is knowing, but they must see the good works. That's when purpose is fulfilled. Are you getting what I'm saying? So I decided to start more digital to help people spread their message, to help the world see people good work, the good work they are doing, the product they are creating, the solution they are betting, their services. And that's another expression of my purpose. And so far, I've worked with over 100 brands in 5 countries: UK, US, Canada, also Dubai, right? And even in Nigeria, my own country, right? And just another expression of my purpose. And also in the fulfillment and the execution of my purpose. I'm just sharing my story, and also I'm giving an example because it's not enough for you to know your purpose. What are you betting? What are you creating? Right? If everything you brought into this world dies with you, you didn't live. So if you know your purpose and you go to your grave and die with it, you didn't fulfill your purpose, right? You didn't fulfill your purpose. There's a quote by Miles Moore. He said that the wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard. Thank you, my friend Cynthia. Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right. Oh, thank you, Sandra. She said, there's a kind of person I'm going to be. Exactly. So my brother said the wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard because in the graveyard lies books that were never written, inventions that were never created, companies that were never bettered because someone didn't take action, because they didn't execute. And I don't want that to be your story. I don't want that to be your experience. That's why it's important that you move from knowing your purpose to executing on that purpose you know. So further in the expression of my purpose and the execution of my purpose, in 2022, I started Mordivate Life Coaching. I started Mordivate Life Coaching, right? And Mordivate Life Coaching is to help to work with people people, to keep them accountable, to guide them, to create structure and plan for them, systems to ensure they execute on their purpose. Are you seeing everything? I'm going somewhere, right? I'm going somewhere. So I started Motivate Life Coaching, and so far I've worked with and trained several individuals, entrepreneurs, purpose-driven individuals, global leaders, right, around to keep them accountable as they execute on their purpose, right? That's Motivate Life Coaching. And this platform, this webinar, right, is one of the ways what we do at Motivate Life Coaching, to help people, to coach people, to work with them, to really work towards their dreams, their vision, and taking actionable step towards it every day. And I'm not done yet, because in 2024, I also betted a betting was publishing the expression of my purpose. And the thing is not something that as you execute, I was not clear in the beginning, but the more you move, the more you execute, the clearer it becomes. The clearer it becomes. The more you take action. Most people are waiting to be clear before they act. No, you have to act to be clear. Most time, if you are taking action on what you already know, you would have gone farther than you are currently. But because you are waiting for things to be perfect, everything I've started so far, I started imperfect, but I started. Like, I love what Vusi Tembekwayo, a South African business owner and leader, said. He said that start badly, start scrappy, just start. Just start. Just start. I know some of you have watched people doing things that you want to be doing, and you start comparing yourself with them, and you start feeling envious of them. But they started imperfect. But you are going to be perfect, and you are far behind. You are still frustrated. Most people wake up, they know their purpose, but they wake up still dreading waking up because they've not captured the vision and they're not executing on their purpose. I'm telling you, everyone watching me on this tonight, there's joy, there's fulfillment that comes with executing your purpose. There's a fulfillment that comes with knowing that. I remember when I wrote one of my books, right, and I held it in my hand. I was just, it's like, there's a fulfillment that comes with seeing the results of something you captured. Don't forget, purpose is knowing, vision is seeing. It's not enough for you to know. We have many knowers, or is that a right English to use? It's not enough for you to know. What are you doing about what you know? Leader Sandra, please share this YouTube video, this live session. Share it on Top Club. It's one of our community, right? Share it on Top Club. I want everybody to be a part of this in our community. It's a community of about 500 leaders across different states in Nigeria and also the world. I'm sure they will benefit from this, right? They'll benefit from this. So we started Betty was publishing in 2024. Another expression with together my wife, right? Another expression of our purpose. And in the last 1 year, we celebrated a month ago. We've helped over 25 authors bet their books. And you can see we have videos on our social media platform, you can check it out. You can see the joy that comes with people holding their book in their hand. Some of them, when they came to us, they were thinking that it's not possible. I'm currently working with someone now, right, in the UK, working with her to write better books too. And I was telling her about anticipating the joy that will come when she finally hold her book in her hands, right? Not just the person I was talking, people know their purpose. I've seen people walk to me and say, I know my purpose, but I'm not happy. I'm still sad because no execution. Purpose is not enough. True betting word is another expression of my purpose, and I've helped authors, and I'm still helping authors. This year we worked over 6 to 7 authors to bet their books, right? And we still have our goal is to work with 50 authors this year. My purpose, right? I'm helping other people bet theirs. That's also purpose. Because one of my visions, my major vision in life is to help people live purpose-driven life, a life of impact, a life of fulfillment, a life of purpose. And I'm excited that through all these platforms, and that's where it connects, because Modi quotes, things of purpose, the books I'm writing, the conference, I organized one of my conference last year, right? And I impacted over 50 leaders in Lagos State here in Nigeria, and to maximize their 20s. So the connection now is that Modi quotes, things of purpose, the books I'm writing, Mordivate Life Coaching, Betting was publishing, the conference I'm Modi, everything is coming together. It's an expression of my purpose. I didn't just know I have a purpose. I created something. And people are seeing the light because they are benefiting from it. People are ignorant before, teenagers that were ignorant before, people that have something they are in them, but they are yet to bet it. They came in contact with me, and now they are seeing impact. There's a transformation, there's an illumination, they are impacting, they are feeling fulfilled because they met me. And that's really what purpose discovery and fulfillment is all about. That means not just doing your purpose, creating something that will benefit from. And then in them benefiting from it, they start replicating impact too. And guess what? This world will be that's how we change this world. That's how we change this world. People knowing their purpose and executing on their purpose. It's not easy, right? And that's one of the reasons why people don't execute. It's overwhelming sometimes, right? Currently, I'm working on my sound book. I'm working on the revised version of my one of my books. I'm working on planning. I'm working on executing the outreach across 50,000 to 3,000 students across all states in Nigeria, starting in May. Right? I'm working up with personal brands to build their online presence and so on and so forth. It can be overwhelming sometimes, right? Because you have to be disciplined. Coming to the live session, at the time I didn't feel like coming to this live session because I had so much hectic day, right? Because of several things I was trying to do. But purpose execution keep driving me because I know that coming on this live session, people are going to be impacted. My lives are going to be changed. Mindset are going to be molded, right? And I said, okay, I'm going to come. So the differences I've done so far, built so far, as I execute on my purpose, it has not been easy, but it has been worth it because I wake up every day excited to live. I can't wait for my ongoing projects to be done. I can't wait for tomorrow to come. I can't wait for next week to come because my 10 years is planned, 5 years is planned, 3 years is planned, 1 year is planned, my next month is planned, my next week is planned, my tomorrow is planned, today is planned. This is one of the last things I'm planned. Okay, I'll do one more thing before I go to bed tonight. Every day I execute on my purpose. And that's why I'm always fulfilled. Right? Even the absence of resources, even the time discouragement, you will keep there will still be that excitement because when you are working towards your purpose, it gives you hope for the future. It gives you, I just believe that this will be better because I am present. It's not enough to know your purpose. What are you doing about your purpose? So the real problem why most people stay stuck, most people stay stuck in the area of in the face of purpose discovery because they discover their purpose but they don't build system. They discover their purpose but they don't build system. A system for taking action daily. They rely on motivation instead of structure. They are waiting to feel motivated to take action instead of creating structures that ensure action is taken whether they like it or not. They overthink and underact. I've seen people that say, I know my purpose, I want to change the world, but the world is big. Where will I get started? They overthink, right? And underact. And I remember a quote I saw somewhere. It says that thinking big is a good thing when you are planning goals or writing vision, but it becomes bad when you are trying to execute on it. Because most people are waiting to start big. But every great thing you see today started small and grew big. So everything I've started, I remember my first quote for the first 6 months, 2017 of June to December, 1 like, 2 likes, few engagements, right? But I started on Facebook, on WhatsApp, then moved to Facebook. And now I'm across all platforms with communities with people from 101 countries, but I started. This on purpose, I visited the first school in 2019 alone. I spoke to about 400 students, and now over 225 schools, over 70,000 students have had knowledge of purpose, right? Better was publishing with the first authors in us to now over 25 authors, and we are planning on getting to 50 authors this year. Just starting, imperfect, scrappy, but just starting, right? Also, people are stuck because they wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. The perfect time is when you say it is, and today can be. Let me start again. There is no perfect time. The perfect time is when you say it is. That means it is the perfect time. And today can be when you say it's perfect time. After this call, or doing as you listen to me, you can say, now is the perfect time for me to start executing on my purpose. Now is the perfect time. I know I have value. I know I have a solution. I'm tired of waiting. I need to start doing something about it. Imperfect, but just starting. Because you don't, if you are waiting to be perfect, you are already late. In fact, you start seeing the big. I remember a book I was writing, right? I came out with the title, I shared online, nobody had written about it. The title is The Action Code. Very powerful book, helping people take action consistently, whether they feel like it or not. I wrote it in 2024. I shared online, nobody. Such a great topic. I was surprised. Nobody has written a book on people have written the purpose code, people have written the marriage code, but nobody has written the action code. And guess what? I wrote it. It's published online now and it's attached to my name. Even though people may copy and write later, but at least I'm the pioneer of that. Because when I captured the idea, I didn't wait to be perfect. I wrote it like that, 40,000 words, spend months writing it. I didn't wait for the perfect time. In fact, sometimes if I do that, I'm writing a revised version of one of my book because I knew that Mordecai, what I knew in 2017 is 2021 when I wrote that book, is not what I know now, right? But at least I started. And so far, the book have impacted thousands. And now the revised version will also help push the work I'm doing. So please, people get stuck because they wait for the perfect time. But listen, there's no perfect time. No perfect time. So the gap is not knowledge. Like the gap is supposed to say, I want to know more about purpose. I want to be more clear. No, the gap is not knowledge. The gap is execution. Because as you execute, your purpose will become clearer. This is very powerful. See, most people are waiting to be clear before they act. Most people are waiting to be clear about their purpose before they act. But as you execute on your purpose will become clearer. The 17 years old me that discovered my purpose is not the same me now. The 17 years old me that discovered my purpose is not the same me now. I've grown clearer. I've grown deeper. I've increased in knowledge and understanding as I execute with the little knowledge I had. I execute regardless. And that's why people that are more. So it's not about the most talented. The life doesn't reward, fulfillment doesn't come to the people that are most talented or most connected or the most important opportunities, life, fulfillment come to the people who execute. There are people that are more talented than you are. There are people that are more connected than you are. There are people that have more access to opportunities. Or there are people that have access to opportunities and have the talents and have the gifts, but they are doing nothing about it. And the people with less than them are doing something great and mighty with the unfair or the little opportunities they have. So it's not about the opportunity, it's about what are you doing about it? Are you taking action? Are you executing? Right. So quickly, what stop people from executing? Right. What are some of the things that stop people from executing on their purpose? Right. Why do people know their purpose? The problem they are created to solve and the solution that they want to bet in this world, the message they are created to communicate the world, but they don't take action on it. There are several reasons, but I just picked few that I'll just share quickly before I go about how you can start turning your purpose into execution. Number one reason why people don't execute is lack of clarity, right? They are waiting to be clear. Number one, they've not translated their purpose to vision because purpose is knowing, right? It's like a pregnant woman. I don't know who uses this illustration. It's like a pregnant woman, someone that is pregnant. When you are pregnant, you know you are pregnant. But imagine it ends with you knowing and you didn't bring for that baby. You'll never be fulfilled. I love this example. It's not enough to know you are pregnant. The most important thing is for you to bet that pregnancy. And that's where you feel fulfilled. So purpose, discovery, is like knowing that you have a baby inside of you. Vision is where you go and the check out to see, okay, is it a baby boy, is it a baby girl? That's vision. You start seeing the picture of your baby. The baby is not here yet, right? But you are seeing the picture of your baby, right? That's vision. But as you eat the right food, exercise, take the right medication, and go for antenatal and the resting, right? You are taking action, right? And guess what? Your baby comes and it leads to fulfillment. Your vision is better. Fulfillment comes. You feel joy when you carry your baby in your hands. So the thing is that many people are pregnant, but the goal is not to be pregnant. The goal is to bet your baby. Many people have seen their baby. They have the vision. It's not enough to see the baby, the picture of the baby, right? The most important thing. When you go for scanning, you display the picture of the baby and so on. You see the picture, right? When you go for scanning. But the most important thing is you bet that baby. That's where fulfillment comes from. And that's same thing with the purpose. It's not enough for you to know your purpose. You must bet the purpose. You must act in line with that purpose. You must create solutions to problem and create impact. Right. So number one is lack of clarity. They're not clear about their purpose. And they're not clear about purpose, they're not clear about their vision, and that's why they're not taking action. Right? They're not clear. They know their purpose, but they're not still clear. But for you to be clear, you have to act. In action, clarity is better. And that is why people don't take action is because they are afraid, fear of failure, fear of what people will say. But guess what? What people say doesn't really count because whether you see, people will keep talking. You do nothing, people talk. You do something, people talk. So what the most important thing is for you to do something in line with your purpose, and don't be afraid of what people say. That you are imperfect. Oh, you made mistake. No, don't be scared about those things, right? I've made several mistakes. There are times I've been invited to speak, and when I was younger, like my hand trembles, like I shake, I'm scared. But as I keep doing that, now the confidence is not easier as I keep taking action. But imagine I'm waiting to be clear and be confident before I start taking action. No, no. Don't run away from your fear. Face it. That's how you overcome it. Because when you look deep inside fear, you now know that there is nothing that you really to be afraid of. You get what I'm saying? When you look deep inside, where you can stare into the abyss, right? You now see that there's nothing really to be scared of. So fear of failure. You need to if you don't fail, how will you get better? How will you grow? You need to fail. So stop being afraid of failure. I remember some of the projects I've done that I love thinking big, right? And doing big projects. There's possibility of failure, but at least is better. Or let me say I'm better than people that don't do anything at all. I remember a quote by one of the presidents of the United States of America, the past president, right? One of the 19th century, right? He said something. Blood. He said something about blood. I'm trying to remember what he said. He said something about that. Some people celebrate. Let me just paraphrase. He said some people celebrate that they've not had any failures. They don't have any scars. Right? They celebrate about that. But at least the person that have gone into the ring and have been defeated but unbarred have more recognition of value than the person that have no scar at all. So many people are running away from scar, they are afraid to take action of what people say, but it's better than doing nothing. Fail, at least you will learn and you get better. So fear of failure is another reason why people don't take action. And that is distractions. This world is full of distractions. Distractions of you are checking what people are doing and comparing yourself with yourself. Also, distraction of social media, just doom scrolling and just spending time watching movies, binge watching Netflix, and not taking. There are distractions all about your attention is divided, and that's why you're not executing. That's another reason. For you to execute your purpose, you must be laser focused, right? Imagine, in fact, do you know the sun rays can burn a paper? Do you write a sheet of paper? It can burn it. But there must be I can't remember the name they call it. Is it a glass? I can't remember the glass that captures the sun, the rays of the sun at a specific point that can cause that paper to catch fire. And that's simply with focus. You must focus. You must focus. Direct your attention. Don't be swayed in different direction. You get overwhelmed. You get scattered. Right. So one of the reasons why people don't take action is distractions. There are many things I can be doing now, but I'm focused on this. I'm focused on this. Also, another reason why people don't take action is inconsistency. Right? Inconsistency. See, you can never build something great without consistency. The over 300,000 followers I have currently on Mordecai Coach, right? Is because one of the reasons is because for the past 7 years, strength 17, I post quote every day. I stay consistent. And I stay consistent because of the vision I have. Right? The vision I have, inconsistency. And that is why people don't take action because action is somehow difficult. Everything that is worth doing is most time difficult. But guess what? Everything great, right, doesn't come easy. If it's great, it won't come easy. If it's easy, everyone will be doing it. If it's easy, everyone would have been great. So you have to become the exception, right? You have to become the exception. Be ready to do the hard things. It won't be easy, but I'm telling you, it is worth it. Right? So people don't take action because action is difficult. And it's difficult because people don't have a compelling vision. People don't break the action into little steps, little action they can take bit by bit, right? So difficulty in taking action, right? Because the difficulty in taking action, that's why people execute. I'm telling you, you can break that big vision into little things you can do every day and that's how you make progress. And it's good. Another another reason people don't execute is because of lack of resources. People say, I don't have enough. I don't have the money. I don't have the connection. I don't have the reason. But I'm telling you, use what you have. For what you have is enough for today. As you take action with what you have, more will come. God will not trust you with more when He has not seen what you are doing, what you have. Life will never trust you with bigger opportunities when life has not seen what you are doing with these opportunities you have. I remember when I started outreach alone and I go to schools to speak to students alone. At the time, 3 people joined me, and currently we have over 1,000 volunteers, right? In fact, our group is full to capacity, so people can't even join, right? I'm thinking of how to create more groups and so on and so forth, right? But it started with me using what I have. Not saying that nobody's supporting my vision, nobody's doing this. No, see, when you start making progress towards that vision, people will come. You create influence. You can't create influence when you have done nothing. You create influence by starting something. And as you start something and as you grow, more people want to be part of what you are doing, but they don't want to be part of what you are doing. If you're not doing anything about it, nobody follows someone that is going nowhere. And the proof that you know that you're going somewhere is in the actions you are taking. The people can trust the actions and then follow you. Yeah. So lack of resources is not an excuse. Use what you have. Use what you have. You can speak, start speaking. You have one person support, use that. You have little amount, use that amount. You have no amount, use relationship. You have relationship, build the relationship. Do something, use something because what you have to do. If you are waiting to have everything before you start, you will never get started. Because even with what I have built so far, with the impact I have made, with the thousands I'm impacting, with kind of resources I have currently, guess what? I still need more resources. So imagine if I have not started with what I have. Imagine I'm waiting for the first time to have the perfect resources to publish my first book. But I find a way. I publish the book anyway. And now I'm working on the revised version. After the book, I've impacted thousands of people in 12 countries. But imagine if I didn't start with what I have. Use what you have. Sometimes when I look at my previous book, it's very funny to me, right? The book, this is my first printed book, right? It's very, very funny to me. This is my personal book, right? The Purple Dream Teenager, and this is the inner book. It's read in 12 countries currently, with over 2,000 copies or 3,000 copies sold, and over 4,000 or 5,000 copies spread around, right? So this book, like, it's a great book, right? And I'm working on the right version. So it was not perfect. See, it was not perfect when I wrote it. I just had to write it. But now when I publish my latest book now, see, I did like perfect. But guess what? I started with what I have, right? I started what I have. And as I keep taking action, it becomes clearer, it becomes bigger. I use what I have. And then as I keep taking action, guess what happened? More resources start coming. So stop waiting for resources. Stop waiting for everything. You have to act first. So quickly, as I begin to go gradually to talking about how you can start executing, right? You must understand this. Now that you know why most people don't take action, right? Before you execute, right, you need transformation. Before execution, you need transformation. See, without transformation, you can't execute. Please put that in the comment section. Without transformation, you cannot execute. You stop. You give up. But when you are transformed inside out, guess what? You keep going regardless of what it takes. Some people want to just act. Okay, Mr. Mordecai said, for you to act, you must be transformed. It's transformation inside that bets action outside. If not, if you just start acting, you get tired, you stop. But there's something that will drive in that action. And that's why transformation bets execution. Let me say that again. It is transformation that bets execution. Discovering purpose is important, but discovering purpose is only the beginning. The person who discovers their purpose is not the same person who will fulfill it. The person that discovered their purpose is not the same person that will fulfill it. It is transformed you that will fulfill your purpose. Execution is not about what you do, it's about who you become. Because if you don't become the kind of person that executes. You will not execute consistently enough. And purpose fulfillment requires consistent execution. I've been executing since when I was 17 years old, and now I'm in my early 30s, right? I love what people say about me. If there's one thing you say about me, you say Mordecai is consistent. Some of this I've done, you'll be hearing 7th edition, 8th edition. I've been doing this for years, right? Whether it's easy or not, whether I'm seeing the result or not, I stay consistent because I know the power of see, consistency is a principle, it's a law, right? You need to keep taking action, eating it. Something will happen. But for you to stay constantly eating something when it's not working, whether it works or not, for you to stay constant in that thing, there must be something that is going on inside of you, and that's transformation. There are people that have tried to replicate what I am doing, but they can't sustain it because it's not about me, what I am doing, it's about who I became that drives what I am doing. So before you execute on your purpose, there's a transformation that was built inside of you that can lead to execution, and not just execution, consistent execution. Please, are you following me tonight? Are you following me tonight? Are you following me tonight? I'm currently rounding up, right? So execution is not just about what you do, it's about who you become. If you don't get transformed, you will keep knowing but not doing. If you're not transformed, you keep knowing, reading more books, reading this thing, attending new webinar, you keep knowing but not doing. For you to start doing, you need to be transformed because transformation precedes execution. It's when you have become the kind of person that can execute, that is when execution can be sustained. So discovering purpose, right? Purpose discovery reveals direction, while purpose fulfillment requires transformation. Purpose fulfillment requires transformation because fulfillment requires you to execute, and for you to execute, you need to be transformed for sustained execution. Some of the things I've done and I'm building, I'm able to build it to what it is today is because of consistency in the execution. And I was able to stay consistent because I was transformed. So that transformation that I have inside of me, in that transformation is better the outer execution and the results I have. So discovering purpose shows you what you are called to do. You are called to save people. You are called to transform people. You are called to create this. You are called to bear this. Discovering purpose shows you what you are called to do, but fulfilling purpose requires becoming who you must be to do it. Who you must be to do it. Transformation is a process that makes this possible. Transformation is what makes your purpose fulfillment possible because it makes execution easier. Right? Someone that is taking action based on the future he has seen and the impact that the action will take will be more consistent with that action compared to someone who has no clear picture, who don't even know the reason behind what he's doing. So that's why I said you must first be transformed before you can start taking action consistently. If not, you don't sustain it. Every great person you see today, they became a kind of person that will sustain it. Anybody you see today that rise and come and falls is because they grew, they executed, but it was on the wrong foundation. The right foundation is the foundation of transformation. You must be transformed because that's what keeps you ever evolving. If you think who I am today is all I will be, you've missed it. I'll keep transformed, and as I transform, I'll keep I'll keep evolving, and as I keep evolving, I'll keep executing and executing different expression of my purpose. So, what does transformation mean? Transformation often means becoming more disciplined than distracted, becoming more consistent than emotional. Some people are driven by emotion. See, discipline is about doing what you have to do, whether you feel like it or not. If you want to live a life of fulfillment and live a life of execution, right, you must be disciplined. Emotion is too small to stop you. It should be too small to stop you. You must never be driven by your emotion. You must be driven by the vision of a great vision you have for life. So transformation often means becoming more disciplined than distracted, more consistent than emotional, and more committed than comfortable. That's transformation. Purpose remains an idea. Yeah, that's true. Purpose reveals the vision. Transformation prepares the person. Execution moves the vision forward and impacts the reward result. Let me say this again. Purpose reveals your vision. That means for you to capture a vision, you must know your purpose. Purpose reveals your vision. But beyond knowing vision, it's the transformed you that will fulfill that vision. So transformation prepares you for the execution of that vision. And then when you are transformed and you start executing your vision, guess what the result is? The result is impact. The result is fulfillment. That's how it works. From purpose to vision, from vision to transformation, from transformation to execution, from execution to result, from result and impact to fulfillment. That's the chain. Purpose. You know purpose now, translate that purpose to vision. Now that you know your vision, now transform yourself, focus on transformation, becoming the kind of person that can fulfill that vision. As you transform yourself, right, you have the capacity to execute on that vision. As you execute on that vision, you start creating impact, you see results. And as you see results, it leads to your fulfillment. And then start to begin again, right? Betting visions, right? Transforming yourself, executing that vision, creating impact, and living a fulfilling life. That's how you live a life of constant fulfillment. I wrote here that execution is not an identity problem. It's an identity problem, not a strategy problem. Some people say, I need more strategy. I need better strategy. Most of you came here because you want better strategy. No, it's good, right? Strategy is great, right? But if you execute a right strategy on the wrong identity, the right strategy will be like a wrong strategy. So it's not about the strategy, it's about who is executing the strategy. That's why you must be transformed. You must transform your identity. There must be an identity clarity. Do you get what I'm saying? A transformation of your identity, of how you think about yourself, of who you have become. There must be a transformation. That's what sustains any strategy. So it's not a strategy problem. Most of you have the best strategies, but it's about the identity problem. And that identity problem can be solved with transformation, changing the way you see yourself, changing your mindset, inculcating the right habits, getting disciplined, and so on and so forth. So to execute, you must become disciplined. To execute consistent, you must become disciplined, right? You must become consistent. Those are the kind of transformation you must bet in your life. I know I'm a disciplined person. Doing what I need to do, whether I feel like it or not. Writing submitting that proposal, speaking that program, creating that, organizing that. I keep doing whether I like it or not, whether I feel like it or not. I keep doing posting, creating content, creating that videos, whether I feel like it or not. So to execute, you must be transformed. And how do you become transformed? You must become disciplined. You must become consistent, right? You must become focused, right? You must become courageous. Way to do things, not being afraid. Fear become doing it regardless of the fear. And action oriented, not just having visions, ideas, and doing nothing about it. When you capture it, take action towards it. So purpose, vision, transformation, execution, impact, and the result of everything is a fulfillment. The world does not change simply because your people discover their purpose. The world changes when purpose-driven people commit themselves to the disciplined work of executing it. That's how the world changes. We want to change our world, but we change our world when purpose-driven people commit to this discipline of executing on the purpose to discover themselves and creating impact around the world. Now, let me really go. Now, everyone here knows their purpose, at least to some extent. Now, let me not talk about, because my topic is about translating your purpose to execution, vision to daily action. Now, let me just go deep into it and round up tonight. So, first, you must understand this. After knowing your purpose, you need to capture a vision for your life, a vision in line with that purpose. That's what you must do next. To turn your vision to constant action, you must first know the vision. And how do you know your vision? You must turn your purpose into a vision. So, for example, if you have the desire, and I love this example that Maestro used in his book, he was saying that if you have the desire to solve the world hunger, right? That's a purpose. You want to solve the world hunger because the purpose. You're trying to bet a solution. You're trying to that calls to do something. You don't like when people are hungry. You feel called to that. If someone is hungry, you don't feel sad. You feel bothered by it. That's your purpose comes for you. That's a discovery of your purpose. You're not okay. I am created to solve this problem. This hunger problem. Right? Great. Now, vision is now seeing the picture of how you solve that problem. So, for example, maybe should I get a piece of land and a large acre of land and then plant things? Should I start a food factory? Should I start an NGO that goes to schools or goes to different orphanages or go to different places to distribute foods? Having a vision Like you want to solve a problem. Now, the picture of that problem, of that purpose, is your vision. So, for example, I want to help young people. So that's a purpose. I want to help young people take action. I want to help young people live a purpose-driven life. That's a purpose. But the vision I had is creating an organization, things on purpose international, that goes to school to awaken, to help young people discover their purpose early. That's the vision. Writing books that will help young people know about their purpose, gain clarity about their purpose. That's the vision. See, creating programs, creating conferences, creating hangouts, creating mentoring platforms that help young people work towards fulfilling their purpose. That's the vision. So beyond knowing your purpose, you have to translate that purpose to vision. A vision is a picture of your purpose. I don't know if you're following me tonight. So turn your purpose into what you cannot see. If you can't see it, you will not execute it. It's like a pregnant person. Knowing you are pregnant, your purpose is not enough. You must be able to work towards fulfilling it, executing it, bringing it out. So, what does this purpose look like in reality? Ask yourself, okay, you are called to do this. Now, what does it look like in reality? In reality, now, it's not enough for you to have it in your mind or for you to know it. What you know about your purpose, how does it look like in reality? Ask yourself that question. Whatever it is you have as purpose or you know you as purpose, how does it look like in reality? Also, what do you want to build? What do you want to build in line with it? That's your vision. Talking about your vision. What do you want to build? I'm building things of purpose. I'm building Motivate. I'm building my coaching platform. What are you building in line with that purpose? What can you build? What is that vision you can see that you can build towards? Right? Now, what does success look like in 10 years? All those can guide you in capturing your vision in line with your purpose. So, if, for example, by 2030, I want to have impacted 1 million teenagers across Nigeria. I want my purpose discovery framework to be implemented in the educational system across Nigeria and even African countries. That's the vision I have, and I'm daily working towards it. Creating curriculums, researching, thinking. How can how can young people understand this better, and how can they implement it? So just thinking, and it's just about the vision that I have that is linked to the purpose I've discovered about myself. So vision gives your purpose a picture. So whatever whatever your purpose is, what's your vision? The next thing is, what do you want to have built in line with it? What do you want to have created? Is it an NGO? Is it a book you want to have written? Is it a company? Whatever, is it a movement you want to start? I will talk more about that in the next webinar, right? In the next webinar, we'll plan how you can start expressing your purpose. Different ways, different formats, right? I'll talk about 4 major formats, right? That you can start expressing your purpose. But currently, turn your purpose into a vision. You will be able to see the picture. You must be able to see it. You must be able to see it. See what Elon Musk is doing, making humanity multi-planetary, right? Something like that, right? And that's why he's building his rockets, the space station. That's why he's building. Building Tesla, doing the what's it called? Starlink, building Neuralink, building everything he does, right? Is to advance his purpose, his vision, which is to make humanity multi-planetary, right? So you was your own vision. For me, everything I'm building is in line with helping people live a life of purpose and meaning, right? The books I'm writing, Things on Purpose, Better was publishing, Modi Quotes, Modi Digital, Mordivate Life Coaching. Everything is connected to that vision of raising purpose-driven people who live a life of meaning and a life of fulfillment. Everything I do, and everything I created is connected to that core vision. So what's your vision? In line with your purpose. What's your vision? Please write that down. Right? What can you see? What can you see? What can you capture? Right? What can you see being bettered through your life in next 10 years, in next 20 years, in next 5 years? What can you see? Right? You may not be able to think far. Start with 5 years. In next 5 years, what is that vision you want to have bettered in the world as a result of the purpose you have discovered? You have to write it down. And you have to be specific about it. Right? You have to be specific about it. If you can't see it clearly, you won't pursue it consistently. If you can't see it clearly, you won't pursue it consistently. Everybody you see that is pursuing things is because they can see something clearly. Can you see it clearly? And there's a part of the scripture that talks about write the vision, make it plain. So beyond seeing it clearly, write it down. You can see my diaries. These are different diaries of different years. different diaries of different years. This is my diary for 20 for this year 2026, right? Different diary because every as I'm capturing things, I am writing it down because write the vision, make it clear. The vision is meant for an appointed time, but first of and foremost, write it down. My vision is also in front of me. I paste it on this board here. I'm looking at it directly now. Right? Vision, write it down. Write it down. A picture of a purpose. Now, after knowing your vision, the next is transformation, right? Transformation talks about your identity, transforming yourself, becoming the kind of person your vision requires. Now, I know my vision, but for me to fulfill that vision, I must become disciplined. I must become a good communicator. I must become a great author, someone that can write, someone that can inspire people, someone that can motivate people. I must become so I transform myself. It's still a journey because transformation is a long time journey. But I keep reading books to learn more, to grow more. I keep taking into action to develop myself. I keep looking for coaches, getting coaches, going to programs to learn more, to grow myself, to get transformed because it is transformed you that fulfill your purpose. I'm currently working with over 1,000 volunteers. People from different background, different religious beliefs, different understanding of life, working with them. But I'm able to work with them because I've learned about human behavior. I've learned about how team development. I've learned about how to work with people. I've learned about emotional intelligence. I became transformed. That's why I can execute on my vision. Imagine I'm not transformed, and I start fighting with everybody that is part of what I'm doing. I want to let my emotion, like let my emotions spill over other people. No. Do you get what I'm saying? So you need to be transformed. The next step after vision is transformation, becoming the kind of person your purpose requires. And this is the most important stage. Who must I become? Ask yourself this question: who must I become to carry this vision? This vision you have, who must you become to carry that vision? Some of you are inconsistent. You must become someone that is disciplined. Some of you are fearful. You must become someone that is courageous. Some of you are distracted. You must become someone that is focused. Some of you are passive, right? You must become someone that is action driven. That's why I call myself the ruthless executor. I tell myself that thing. Some people say that I am a procrastinator. No, I'm not a procrastinator. I take action whether I feel like it or not. As I'm saying that, it's even my confession, right? And my action, because as I'm saying it, I'm taking little action to reaffirm what I believe and think about myself. Do you get what I'm saying? Right? You need to be transformed. Transform your mindset, the way you think, right? The way you think. Transform yourself, your habits, transformation. Because the kind of habits you have now, will it take you towards that vision? You scroll through social media every day. You watch funny videos every day. You don't do anything about your vision every day. You can't go far. You will never fulfill that vision. So you need to be transformed. You need to change your thinking, the way you think, because how you think determines what you do. Because your behavior, don't just complain about your behavior. Ask yourself, what understanding, what belief, what thinking is driving, what thought is driving that behavior, right? Transformation. Who must you become? Who must I become to fulfill this vision? What skill must I learn? What capacity must I build? Who must I get connected to? What must I know? Right? Who must I learn? What action must I take to become transformed and fulfill that my vision? Like I said, don't forget, it's not enough for you to have a purpose. You must know your vision, align that purpose, and you must transform. This transformation is a long process. I keep being transformed, I keep learning, I keep growing, right? I keep getting awareness, being aware of myself, and working towards self mastery. It's a lifelong journey, but the more you work on yourself, the more you get transformed by reading, by learning, by changing your thinking. There's some thought patterns you that this one will not take you far. Some of you just think about yourself alone. No, it can't take you far. Right? Some of you can't control your emotions. You have to work on it. Some of you are not good with. You can't communicate yourself. You can't communicate your ideas. You can't communicate your vision. How will people buy into it? You have to work on it. You can't. Some people you can't. Some people don't read. You don't read. You have to become a reader. Right? Whether through reading physical books or listening to audios, because everybody have different learning modalities. Know the ones that attunes to you and then work towards it and learn and grow, because you can't grow beyond what you know, and your vision can't grow beyond your level of capacity and exposure. Transformation also involves exposure, because as you expose yourself to the right knowledge, you become transformed. See what I'm saying about impacting, doing this, impacting thousands of people, doing that. It's because of the kind of transformation I have. And I'm daily working towards myself to be transformed. Listen to the right things. What you are hearing, what you are seeing, best transformation. And that's why you must see the right things. You must hear the right thing. You must hear the right thing. You must be in the right cycle. Yesterday, I was in a program, a conference yesterday, or a small gathering yesterday of purpose-driven people. I was able to connect. I was able to learn from them, right? Peace is very important to understand this. After purpose is vision, after vision is transformation. Transforming how you think about yourself, who you are, what you say to yourself is very important because they form who you are, and who you are determines what you do. So if you tell yourself that, if you don't see yourself as someone that has solutions to problems, you will know how to act. If you see yourself as someone that always procrastinate, you know how to act on anything you know about yourself or about your purpose. Don't forget, you don't rise to your vision, you grow into it. You don't rise to your vision, no matter how big that vision is, you don't rise to it, you grow into it. And how do you grow into it? You transformation. And transformation can be difficult sometimes, but it's worth it because we are becoming the kind of person. And when you become the kind of person that can feel your vision, right, you are sustaining your relevance, right? You will not become someone that goes up and comes down. No, you know how to stay up. You have grown yourself to the kind of person that can stay up. See, you are grown up, right? You grew up through transformation of your physical bodies by eating the right things, by taking exercise and so on and so on. So you have to grow yourself, grow your mindset, grow your thinking, right? You come transform to be able to execute the vision you have. Because if you're not transformed, your vision will be altered. Do you get what I'm saying? The level of transformation will even determine how far you go with your vision, how far you execute it. And finally, after about vision, after about transformation, right? And finally, execution. Don't forget, whatever you see ahead, it must find expression in what you do daily. The secret to your future is in what you do daily. Your Mike Mudara said that, right? Execution. You must turn your vision into daily action, right? And when you turn your vision into daily action, the vision you have for 5 years, break it down, or 10 years, break it down. What can I do about the vision in the next 5 years? Then break it down again. What can I do about this vision in the next 3 years? Then break it down again. What can I do about the vision in the next 1 year? Further break it down. What can I do about the vision in the next 90 days, 3 months? This is very important. I teach something about the 12-week year, right? That I learned from a book called the 12-week year. That means whatever you want to do, break it down in what you can do in the next 12 weeks. That's why personally, I live my life one project at a time. I'm always working on a project that translates my vision. Either I'm writing a book, either I'm organizing a program, either I'm planning an outreach. I'm always doing something that's in line with my vision. I'm always working on a project. I'm always working on a project. So when people see what I have done so far, most of I didn't even see it because everything was a project. The compilation of those projects at different seasons and times of my life has compounded to the impact that people say, Mordecai, you've done. But when I was doing it that time, I was seeing it as a project. When I was writing a book, okay, for the next 3 months, I'm working on this book. For the next 2 months, I want to work on executing this outreach. For the next 4 months, I want to work on learning this skill, right? Because I remember at the time, I learned digital marketing. At the time, I learned about project management. At the time, I learned about life coaching. I took courses on it. So currently, I'm doing my MBA, right? Because I'm running different businesses. I want to have the knowledge that it requires to run those businesses. So I'm always learning something. And in the last few months, I started my MBA. I've learned so much, right? I've learned so much. Like the things I just do based on instinct, right? I'm not seeing the practicality of it, the case studies about it, how it applies in the business world, the principles that powers what I am doing, and it's illuminating my mind. It's giving more insight to build what I'm creating. So this is very important, right? Take your life one project at a time. Whatever you see ahead. For example, my goal for 2030 in my organization is to impact 1 million teenagers, 1 million students, right? 1 million students by 2030. That's the vision. 1 million, because I believe that if 1 million students or young people knows their purpose, it will create a ripple effect in the community, right? In Nigeria, in the world. Do you get what I'm saying? Because if a young person know their purpose and they want to carry out or implement that purpose, they will call more people around them again, like 10 or 15 people, almost 5 people. And those people, because they work with that individual that knows their purpose, they'll start finding expression for their purpose, and then you keep creating a ripple effect, and this can change the world. Do you get what I'm saying? So I said my vision for 2030 is to impact 1 million teenagers with the message of purpose, for them to know their purpose and start working towards it. And guess what? In 2019, I started with the first school, 400 students. 2021 went to 5 schools, about 1,500 students. 2022 went to 14 schools, about 5,000 students or so. 2023 went to another school, about 10,000 students. 2024 went to several schools, about I'm trying to remember, about, I can't remember, like maybe 40 or 50,000 students. Last year, visited 131 schools, impacted 36,000 students. This year, our goal is 50,000 students, 250 schools. Next year, our goal is 150,000 students, 500 schools. By next year, as I keep doing that, by 2030, we would have hit our target of 1 million teenagers and students impacted with the media of purpose and working towards the fulfillment. But guess what? That vision, I didn't just focus on that 1 million. I focused on what can I do every year in line with it. Every year, my focus every year is to write at least 2 to 3 books every year, right? Because by 40 years old, I want to have written about at least 40 books. By the time I'm 40 years old, I want to have written at least 40 books. So far, I've written 6. And this year, I'm working on 2 books already. I'm planning to publish 3 books this year. That will make it 9. Next year, that's how it works. Break it down. The book I'm currently writing, I will start writing from January till I'll complete it by April. I'll start writing the next book from May till July, launch it by July. The next book I'll start writing from September to December. That's how it is. You break it down, structure it. Right? Start with the first book. Start with the first. Whatever you see ahead, my goal is to write about 100 books before I die. But I said to do that, I must write at least 2 to 3 books every year. And that's what I've been doing. Like every year. Previously, I was writing 1 book every year. Now I've increased to 2. That's how it is. See, what I'm saying, right? If you don't work towards this, you will just get old and look at your life and be angry about your life. I remember a story I had about an Australian nurse, right, that uh, interviews dying people that are about to die, right? Before they die, she interviewed them and asked them what's their greatest regret. What is constant about their greatest regret was that they didn't start early, they didn't discover their purpose, they didn't start taking action, they were moved by what people think and what people feel, and that's why they're dying in bed now, unfulfilled, because they are afraid to execute. And I don't want that to be your story, and that's why you must start now. She wrote a book about that. I can't remember the title, but the five regrets of the dying, something like that. The five regrets of the dying. It's a powerful book. I have the book in my system here. The five regrets of the dying. It's very important. Please, you have to start taking action. Whatever you see ahead, no matter the vision you see, you must start doing something about it every day. Even Elon Musk, right, in trying to execute his vision, he was taking the action was. I read the story. I'm currently reading one of his book called "Is it the Elon Musk?" Something like that. The title of the book is Elon Musk. I was just amazed, right? So that has a vision. I was not afraid to take it to her. He started with this creating is it Zip or an app, then moved to another app, and then started Tesla, got into this, and he was just taking little steps into his vision. He failed severally. People thought he would give up. He didn't give up, and now he's the wealthiest man in the world, one of the most influential people in the world, because he has a vision and keep taking action towards it daily. See, he don't see some of a vision. You may not even know how you feel it. Because I mean, if you think you are clear about how you feel your vision, it's not big enough. There's something called vision, there's something called dreams. There are big dreams. You must bet big dreams, right? But to even actualize your dreams, you must keep taking action towards them. Sometimes you don't know how you feel it, but at least take action daily. Because the secret to your future, the secret to your greatness, the secret to your actualization of vision is hidden in what you can do daily. Thinking big is a good thing when you are setting goals, but it's a bad thing when you are executing it. No matter what you see ahead, find a way, find expression to what you can do daily. It's very important. So please turn your vision into daily action. And before you do that, number one, your vision, break it down to the next 5 years. What must you do in the next 5 years to get to that vision? What must you do in the next 3 years to get to that vision? What must you do in the next 1 year to get to that vision? And guess what? What must you do in the next 12 weeks to get to that vision? And based on your 12-week goal, what can you do every week to get you to that 12-week goal that will get you to that 1 year goal, and will get you to that 3 year goals, and will get you to that 5 year goals that will take you closer to your vision? And the most important thing, what can you do every day? How can you structure your day, right? That will help you advance towards that vision. Every day, I make sure I'm doing something about my vision. Every day, no matter how little. Either like today, it's interesting, guys, leaders. Please, it's interesting. Live a fulfilling life. Execute your vision daily. It's interesting. You'll never be discouraged. Even though you are discouraged, you'll never lose hope. You won't want to give up because your vision is so clear and you're doing something about it. You'll not compare yourself to other people. Do you know what I'm saying? And you will start attracting the right resources, because maybe what if that the resources you are looking for and seeking, the influence you are looking for, the people you are looking to support But what if you are even searching for? What if everything you seek is waiting for you to just get started with what you know or what you have already? What if? What if? What if? What if you can just start? No matter how little, launch that book, write that book, launch it, organize that program. Even though it's for 5 people, organize it. See, the you that do something is not the same way that will do the next one because you have become better because you have applied and experienced it. So you have more knowledge, more wisdom to actualize them. See, from 400 students to now 50,000 students for this year and 150,000 students for next year is because I took action. And as I took action, I keep growing, getting transformed, and become the kind of person that can take bigger action. Guys, please, this is very important. It's not enough for you to know purpose. The fulfillment you seek is not in knowing your purpose, it's in executing your purpose every day. It's like you eat and you grow, and your body is growing, your body is developing. So also is purpose. As you take action towards it, the purpose will keep growing, your vision will keep growing, your influence will keep growing, and that's how you live a fulfilling life. It's not easy. If it is easy, everybody will be doing it. If it is easy, everyone would have been great. It's not easy. That's why everyone is not doing it, and that's why you must become the exception. And guess what? You think it's not easy, but break it down into little things you can do every day, and that's how it becomes easy. For example, whatever it is, structure from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. This is what I will do about my purpose. Just keep depositing. See that as deposit. Just keep depositing. It will grow. You get what I'm saying? And you keep planting the seeds. The seeds will grow. And keep watching it every day. It will grow. It's a law. It's a principle. It won't fail. Most time you are waiting to be great and be big to do something, but it's not happen. It doesn't happen that way. You must start small and grow big, no matter how little. The secret to your future is in what you do daily. Whatever you see in your future, if you're not doing something about it today, it will never become a reality. So your vision turn into goals, right? 1 year goals, 12 week goal. That book you want to write, he said, stop saying 1 year book. Write, plan it for 12 weeks. How can I complete this book in 12 weeks? If you have to work with the coach, see, once you execute on a vision and you get results, it inspires you to do more. It inspires you to do more. No matter how little, organize that program. No matter how little, write that book. No matter how little, attend that program. No matter how little, create that app. No matter how little, learn that skill. No matter how little, create that video. No matter how little, speak to those people. No matter how little, submit that proposal. Do something about it. As you do something about it, it gives you the wisdom, the capacity to do more. You can't do great things if you're not doing small things well. You can't say you want to impact 50,000 students today. The 50,000 students I want to impact, I'm saying that a small thing. I'm only telling some of my team members that they simply have known for 100,000 students. Now, if I tell people 50,000 students, they sound amazed. But because of the kind of person I've become, the 50,000 is small. I want to impact 100,000 students. And it is possible because I have grown the capacity and I have developed over time. And it grew because I had the humility to start with a school. And 400 students, they gave me only 10 minutes. And now some schools give us 2 hours to speak to their students. Imagine I've rejected 10 minutes to speak to students. And everything I'm saying is verifiable. You can just go to my social media platform, go to Things on Purpose International, right, on Instagram or Facebook. Scroll down to the last post, the first post in 2019. You'll see when I stood up and I was speaking to a few students. And now, around Nigeria. See, guys, you want to write 100 books before you die, start with 1. You want to impact thousands, start with 5. Know your vision. Become transformed, learn a skill, build capacity, increase your mindset, upgrade your mindset. And guess what? Start taking action, break it down into action you can do every day. And guess what? As you take action, you live a fulfilled life. So please, if beyond taking action daily, right, you must schedule your action. Because if not scheduled, it won't get done. Don't say, I will take action, I'll write my book today. No, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., 10 a.m. to first thing if I wake up in the morning, this is what I will do. Structure it. If it's not structured, if it's not scheduled, it won't get done. So as you break it down to daily action, schedule, there should be things you do in the morning, there should be things you do in the afternoon, there should be things you do at night, right? So structure, break it down into things you can structure your day, right? Have a time for everything and put everything in its time. And when it's time to do those things, take away every distraction. Don't forget transformation. You become the kind of person that is disciplined, that is focused for you to execute your vision. So break your vision into daily action. Make sure that no day goes by if you don't advance, take action towards it. See, I have something here. I call it the daily execution tracker. I call it daily execution tracker. It contains 10 things I must do every day before the day ends. And I put box in front of it that I'll be marking. So for example, I read there I must do exercise. Another thing I read there that I must do deep work for 4 hours. That 4 hours deep work may be time I research, it may be time I learn something new, it may be time I watch a YouTube video to learn something, it may be time I think about something I'm building, it may be time I plan my project or something like that for 4 hour deep work. And that is I read a book every day. And that is about read a book every day. Answer that, okay, work on a particular project, a project I'm working on every day. So I have a list of 10 things I must do every day. And as long as I can do those 10 things every day, or some people can be 5 things every day, right? That is in line with your vision. It's just a matter of time. That vision is meant for an appointed time. So leaders, everyone listening to me on this call, I've come to the end of this session. And don't forget, you must, whatever you see ahead, you must find expression in what you do daily. Your purpose is not built in a day, it is built daily. Nobody rise up overnight, you rise over time. As long as you stay consistent with time, it will tell. You remember the story of the Chinese bamboo tree? When it is planted, for the first 5 years, it won't shoot out. But on the fifth year, it will shoot out 90 feet in just less than 6 months. But what was happening that 5 years can be discouraging, but it is transforming. You get what I just said? When it was planted inside the soil, for the first 5 years, it's been transformed. That's why you must get transformed, right? You must have a vision. The bamboo, the seed, when it was inside the soil, he knew that one day is coming. I'm going to get this far. But guess what? He was able to maintain that 5 years inside the soil, unknown, unheard of. He was stay consistent. But inside the soil, it was being transformed. It was going deep, developing roots, getting depth by taking action. It was not idle, doing nothing inside the soil. It was getting depth. And in the fifth year, it will sprout. And guess what? People say, where have you been? No, I've been there. But I'll be preparing, executing, little by little, taking action. And the big thing you are seeing today is years of preparation, transformation. And please don't forget that. It's very important. It's very important. So, practical application, right? Please do this. After this call, write your purpose. My purpose. Write it down. My purpose is to impact. My purpose is to create. My purpose, whatever your purpose is, write it down. Write your purpose down. You know your purpose already. This call is not for people that don't know their purpose. You know your purpose already. My own purpose is to help people live the life that they're created to live, a life of purpose, a life of fulfillment. Yours can be to maybe you want to solve the world hunger. Maybe that's your purpose, right? You want to stop end hunger, right? I want to end purposeless living. That's my vision, my purpose. To help people live the life God has created them to live. I want to end purposeless living. To end a life without purpose. I want to end it. I want to end it. And that was beating everything I'm doing. So write down your purpose. What is my purpose? Right? My purpose is write it down. Write it down. Get a diary. Write it down. Or your notepad, write it down. I'll prefer you write it down in a physical journal or diary, right? Write it down. Next, write my vision for the next 1 to 5 years. What will I do? As that's my purpose, what can I do about the next 5 years? Write it down. In the next 5 years, I want to have done this. I want to have built this. I want to have created this. Okay, I'm seeing your comments. Thank you very much for everyone that's commenting. I really appreciate that comment. I'm just seeing this comment now. Thank you everyone for commenting. The flyer specialist, welcome. Thank you. Oh, that's good. What's it? Thank you for joining. Grace, thank you. Thank you for joining. Gift says something. Said, if you're not transformed, your vision will be altered. Exactly, right? It's your transformation that sustains your vision. It's your transformation that sustains your vision. Because I came in to be inspired. This session is inspiring. Daily action is exactly. You must find expression in what you do daily. Sometimes distraction doesn't allow someone to focus. That's true, right? And that's why you must gain awareness of yourself and take away your distraction. It's very important. You create a structure around that. Schedule your distraction. Have time to schedule your focus, right? Take away distraction. If your vision, if your vision is too big, distraction will lose weight. Most of us, we are still distracted because our vision is not big enough. Me, I want to be distracted, but I can't be distracted. You get, because what I'm pursuing is bigger than my distraction. Some of you are still distracted because your vision is not big enough. So calculate a bigger vision. If you are trying to solve world hunger, will you have time to be chasing unnecessary things? No, because people are dying daily. To overcome distraction, get a bigger vision. Uh, uh, yes, if it's not scheduled, it can be done, right? It can be done, right? If it's not scheduled, you must have a time for everything. It's very important you do that. And daily action taker, exactly. I like thank you, Grace, for this comment you have given. I really appreciate that, Grace. I really appreciate your comment. So, like I said, practical application. Write down your purpose. Number two, write down your vision for the next 5 years, for the next 3 years, for the next 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, right? And then write your vision and uh, write a goal for the next 12 weeks. In line with your vision for 1 year, right? Write a goal for the next 12 weeks. Then what can I do in the next 12 weeks? In line with my vision for 5 years, right? Write a goal for the next 12 weeks. That's 3 months. Write a goal. And then break it down into and then ask yourself, who must I become? List it down. For me to actualize the vision, what transformation must be bettered? What must I learn? What skill must I learn? What must I go into? What identity must I carry? Who must I become? Is it that I must start thinking globally? Like me, I'm a global thinker. I think about I can solve world problem, not just Nigerian problem. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's why I have audience from over 101 countries, right? So I think globally, right? I know what's happening around the world, right? I know what's happening in the United States, in China. I know what's happening around the world. I follow global news because I don't know what's happening. Because I want to solve big problems and I can't solve it with local mindset. I must expose myself. So who must I become? Who must you expose? Most of you need to start attending programs. You need to start reading books. You need to start go for a mentorship. You need to get a coaching. Whatever you need to become to actualize that vision, write it down. Who must I become? I must become a daily action taker. I must become a disciplined person. I must become someone that act regardless of how they feel. And when it comes to someone that posts this, whatever you must become to actualize your vision, write it down. I'm someone that is confidence, right? Write it down. And then finally, write my daily execution plan. This your daily execution plan must contain specific one, maybe one or two things you must do every day in line with that vision. And guess what? You must have a time for doing it. I remember in writing my book, I have at the time 6 a.m. 8 a.m. for writing my book. I wrote my book in the night. You must have a time for it. For example, I'm planning a project and I have a time when I work with my volunteers, when I communicate with them. So have a time, daily execution plan that's connected to your vision for life. It's very important. Have a daily execution plan. 1 to 2 or even 3 things that you must do daily that will lead you closer to that vision, right? And don't forget, your life will not change because you discovered your purpose. It will change because you became the person that can achieve that purpose. And then you did the work required to live it out daily. Don't forget, purpose is not enough, right? The key to fulfilling your purpose is execution. And for you to execute, you must understand, capture your vision for life. You must content for transformation, learn, grow, change your mindset, develop yourself, gain capacity, transformation. And when you are transformed, you'll be able to sustain execution. You'll be able to execute every day, daily, and sustain it. Don't forget, nothing great happens. Nothing great is that everyone become is easy. For you to be great, you must be ready to do what is inconvenient. Now, people run away from, right? You must be able to execute regardless of how difficult it is. I believe that if you can follow these things I've shared tonight, you come back, you create results in your life, you create impact, right? And I'm sure that you'll live a fulfilling life. Once again, I don't believe, is there any question as I round up tonight? Is there any question? Don't forget to take this exercise I gave you, write down your purpose, write down your vision for the next 5 years, break it down into 3 years, 1 year. Also set a goal in line with your vision for the next 12 weeks. What can you do immediately in the next 12 weeks? Is this you want a project, whatever it is, what can you do? And finally, what can you do every day in line with that vision you have? That's how you live a fulfilling life. Thank you all for joining tonight. I'm sure you had a great time learning. And this comprehensive, in subsequent session, I'm going to share about how you can start expressing your purpose, right? How you can express it. Some of you, like you know your purpose, you want to execute it now, but you don't know the different expression of that purpose. Right? There are different ways you can express it. If everybody from Elon Musk to the influential musicians, the singers, the speakers, the organization builders, everybody you see today, right? There's a strategy. There's there's a structure for them expressing their purpose. Personally, I'm executing into my life, and I'm going to share that maybe probably during the next session. Once again, thank you all for joining today, and I believe you've learned something. Don't forget to follow me across all social media. This session is brought to you by Mordivate Webinar, which is my life coaching company. If you need someone to coach you or work with you to actually plan the life, strategize, and work towards the execution of your goals and vision, or hold you accountable, feel free to reach out to me or visit my website at www.mordecaiorimiladeye.com. I'm going to leave that in the comment section now, so that in case you want to get my books, right, or get my books, check out the different platform I have, or work with me in any capacity, or even book a coaching session with me, you can visit my website, which is displayed on the screen now. Just check it out, mordecaiorimiladeye.com. Thank you all for joining tonight. I see you next month in our next session. Keep living purposefully, and most importantly, keep executing daily, because that's what matters. Thank you.